House builders are now starting to think about how the homeowner of the future will think. They're starting to think about how they should set themselves up for a more sustainable future and more sustainable buildings. Now they're doing that in two senses really. When they're thinking about what regulations coming down the line and how they prepare for that so they're not caught out. But they're also thinking about, what are homeowners in 2025, 2030, 2040? When all these young kids that they're going on strike at school and saying, we want a more sustainable future. We don't you to take away our future by burning fossil fuels, for example, and flooding the oceans with plastic. Those people are going to be buying houses. So what kind of houses are they going to want to live in? So the home builders, the house builders, are thinking about this. And I went to a meeting fairly recently of a major house builder that they called to say, we want to talk about what's coming down the line, in your view, from a sustainability perspective, and what are we going to be facing, what we should be looking at in the house of 2020 and 2025. So they're thinking about it. They will act relatively slowly. They are traditional, and they do have a business model that works. So they're not going to change things very fast, but they are being, I think, responsible and looking at what they should be doing in the future to provide the kind of homes that we want to live in. To an extent, actually, I think the onus more really is on the homeowners. Homeowners are not fussy enough. So homeowners are not saying, can I have a house that's sustainable? Can I have a house that's zero carbon? Can I have, some of them probably do, but not enough. What they tend to say is, I want a 3-bedroom house in Milton Keynes for £250,000 in the area that I want. Oh, great, there's one there. I'll have that then. Thank you very much. Mm-hmm. They're not thinking about the longer term. They're not thinking yet enough about the sustainable elements of what they have, or actually the running costs. The more sustainable a home is, same as a car or anything else, the cheaper it is to run. If you look at futurism, and you go back to the 50s and 60s, for example, you see futuristic pictures and there's flying cars everywhere and weird stuff. I think that actually the future, in a sense, will look much more similar than we expect, but it will be much more different than we expect. So in other words, things will come along like the internet has, for example, and the mobile revolution, and 5G and artificial intelligence and all that kind of stuff will come along, and we'll have houses that look like the houses that we have right now, but won't be. So they will be very heavily automated. They'll be very sustainable, but they'll kind of look a bit like the ones we've got now. So maybe there's obviously a development of styles, and there'll be maybe a style for 2050 maybe that looks rather different to 2019. But I think that in essence it will still look like a house. They may still look like cars, but what's in them and how they work and how they relate to the individuals living in them and the world will be completely different.